The recipe the first time I look at it, okay? The recipe the 6th time I look at it. The recipe as soon as I add the ingredient. Are you sure you're not crazy? 2 tablespoons of pure vanilla extract should be setting off your alarm bells. If you know what you're working with, 2 tablespoons is insane, my friend. Millennials forcibly stopping themselves from adding LOL at the end of every text message. I don't even do that anymore. I let the LOL fly. I'll even say it multiple times. If I'm sending a message that has many sentences, there will be 17 LOLs in there. I don't care. It is a period for us. It is. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you, but we just don't give a shit. I'm not changing myself for you. You're gonna look at me and it's gonna date me for sure. You're gonna know I'm older, but I don't give a shit. What does it matter? Oh no! You don't say LOL anymore? That's not my problem. When you accidentally refresh the page and that one meme you wanted to show everyone is sent to the abyss? No! That's why you gotta save it! Although there are a lot of websites out there that are making it harder and harder and harder and harder to do that. Oh my god, Twitter. What is your problem? Okay? I mean, I know what your problem is, but what is your freaking damage? Okay? I'll see an image that blows my mind like, that's so good! And then it refreshes, and you'll never find it again. Why does it do this? Why does it do this? I don't even have time to realize it's an all-timer banger, okay? Then you take it away from me, you piece of shit! I'm sorry, I'm just really upset today. I'm not having a good one. Me putting back the grocery store meat for $9.44 because I saw a package for $8.23 next to it. See, that sounds silly when you put it like that, but that's what the vast majority of, at least people here in the United States, have to do in order to pay their rent, all right? The amount of people that still make $7 an hour here is insane. They can't even pay for one of those packages of meat with 1 hour of work, okay? I know it's not that serious, but when I see a silly joke like this, I just have to remind people, yeah, when you work paycheck to paycheck, that 20 cents counts, that dollar counts, that 4 cents counts, because it just might be the decision factor of you still living in your apartment or not at the end of the month. This place is a nightmare, yo. They've come for your pickle. I mean, what the, I get that a lot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Nobody, the worm in RFK Jr.'s brain. Now ban the polio vaccine. Bring me the Krabby Patty secret formula. I can kind of do the regular voice, but I can't do the scream. I cannot yell like Plankton's VA, okay? I do want to be able to do a spot-on impression one day, though. Please get your vaccines. Please, for the love of God. If you never got a measles vaccine growing up, like say, I did, I'm good. If you never did, please get one now. If you're anywhere, please, especially in the US, please go and get one, all right? Measles is literally back. You won't survive it. Please go get a measles vaccine. The FBI leaving Diddy's house be like, right, yeah, crazy, horrific human being. I love making jokes about him. Like, what I mean by that is we always make light of these things because they're so horrific and gross and disgusting, right? We're always making light of them because it helps soften the impact that they have on our brain and doesn't f us up. But in cases like this, we probably need to stop doing that right away, okay? Stop reducing it to jokes and remember that what is and what has taken place is far beyond horrific in so many ways. The Wendy's Krabby Patty literally just being a Dave single with mayo. What did you... hang on, I gotta look something up here. All right, let me check this out just really quick. What is inside of a Krabby Patty? What makes up a Krabby Patty? Minus the secret formula, of course. Let's see. We've got lettuce, tomato, cheese, onions, pickles, ketchup, and mustard, and the patty. Okay, now what's inside of a Dave single? We have a patty of beef, cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickle, ketchup, mayonnaise, and onion on a toasted bun. If you ask me, the Dave single's an improvement overall. I'm sorry. I hate to be that guy, but what the actual did you expect the Krabby Patty at a Wendy's to be? A brand new type of burger? It's a burger. First date vibes. Me realizing mid-conversation I'm never speaking to this person again. I'm too much of a pussy to actually not. You know what I mean? Do you ever feel so bad that you just can't go, yeah, this isn't right? I've done that many times before. And I guess, to their credit, you know, that they made good friends down the line. But I do kind of wish that I could be less of a people pleaser and more of a, no, I just don't think this is going to work out. It's not an asshole move to do that. That's normal to do. But for some strange reason, I just can't seem to say no or be honest. I think it's because a lot of people in my life up to this point have done this thing where when you are being honest and you tell them how you are feeling and you tell them my social battery's dead or this or that, they will start throwing out things to try and make you feel guilty about not wanting to continue. You know what I mean? They'll just kind of be like, well, sometimes you gotta get out of your comfort zone or something like that. And you'll go, okay, I guess just invalidate how I'm feeling right now. Appreciate it. They may not be trying to do that. They might be trying to genuinely be helpful, but it doesn't usually come across that way in my experiences at the very least. If I'm done and tired and I need to retreat, quit trying to force me to not do that. That's weird. Maybe we're focusing on the wrong things. Wind turbines are killing so many birds, about 500,000 a year. Fossil fuel power plants, 14.5 million. Collisions with power lines, 25.5 million. Poisoning, 72 million. Collisions with vehicles, 215 million. Smashing into windows, 600 million. Cats, 2.4 billion. Yes, I have mentioned this many times. Cats are one of the most ecologically unsafe creatures in the world, like house cats. Quit letting them free roam. Stop it. If you want to let them outside, build a catio. Take them on a walk with a harness. I'm not kidding. We need to stop, stigmatizing the idea of walking your cat. Sure, they're not gonna walk around the block like a dog. They're gonna get weird and try and run off or climb a tree or do this or do that. But you prevent them from killing random creatures for no reason. For the love of God, I have been so radicalized against free-roaming cats. They are just little jackasses, okay? And why the hell are we still complaining about wind turbines? Look, wind turbines are definitely not the solution. Solar power is 10 trillion times more solid in my opinion, and even more so, nuclear power. For the love of freaking God, people. There's not much time. RFK Jr., fluoridated water. RFK Jr., raw milk. Well, that milk is spoiled as shit, not just raw. But, correct, I have written entire scripts about raw milk. Please don't drink it. US politics taking over every big sub. Non-Americans who just wanted to browse Reddit. Oh, that's real nice. Not my fault or problem. It's really not. I'm sorry. Not much you can really do about big, loud, annoying Americans who won't shut the fuck up. Not my problem. It's not. Maybe you should say something about it, because I don't care, you know? You know what I mean? This happens too often. Nobody. All the married people cheating at work? Are you referencing to the work-wife, work-husband dynamic that tends to get a little more out of hand than it should? Not like they f***ing or something like that, but they're still a little closer than they maybe should be? I know spouses are often like, yeah, I got a work-wife and a work-husband, which for normal people would just mean, oh, we're really good friends. It's actually like my one work friend who's just an actual good friend. But I know there's some mofos out there that take it too far, and yeah, maybe you need to not do that. Maybe you just gotta dial it the hell back a notch or two. Although I will say I've never seen a work wife or work husband smooching at work and getting all inappropriate, cause you're at work, all right? Go find a hotel, you gross son of a bitch. I'm kidding. Don't cheat. That's disgusting. Darkness at 5 p.m. for 5 months, an extra hour of sleep. I don't think you're getting an extra hour of sleep, really. I'm pretty sure it's all just a lie. It's a conspiracy by Big Sun, by Big Time, to fool you, okay? And it's not even darkness at 5, it's darkness at 4:45 p.m., and it ruins your life. I will say, I'm not really a big fan of having the extra... It goes from darkness at 4:45 p.m. here in Colorado to now the sun sets at 8:20 p.m. I'm not sure which one I find more annoying, but I get probably the sun setting a lot earlier. If the sun set at 7, boom, I think that's perfect. 8-year-old me staring at the dead body in the movie trying to catch them breathing. And you always can. You always can. Because it's not like the actor who is lying on the ground dead for 65 different shots they need to get can hold their breath for more than 10 seconds at a time comfortably, you know? You're gonna catch them. Seriously, watch any dead body, you'll see them breathing. And it's fine, because why the hell would we expect otherwise? Illegal aliens about to perform transgender surgery on an unsuspecting local resident. What? You wanna run this one by me again? What are you talking about? Are aliens doing that? Or is that just a Bikini Bottom thing? I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's happening in Bikini Bottom. Not really my forte. I hear they're doing very beautifully. I don't know why I jumped into that. Jesus Christ. I'm just having a go of it today, okay? The homemade pagers sure look good. Oh, these aren't homemade. They were made in a factory, a bomb factory. They're bombs. What the hell is this subreddit? I'm sorry, I've done it a couple times. It's not really my bag, but what the hell is this subreddit about? What is it for? Why Why does it exist? It just perplexes me beyond belief. I'm gonna keep it real with you, G. Literally a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you start watching New Student Starfish at 11:55 and 26 seconds, theme song not included, okay, can you do this again but include the theme song so I don't have to worry about it? SpongeBob will end off 2024 by saying, I thought of something funnier than 24, and directly at midnight will say 25 entering 2025. You know, if there's one trend every year that I really love, it's people finding a fun countdown way to celebrate the new year or to usher in the new year. Whether it's this or it's Tony Stark snapping his fingers and killing Thanos at the end of Endgame, I love that shit. We need to start finding more and more unique points of movies, videos, whatever. We need to get videos involved here, okay? Find a good YouTube video and really time that crap to the ball drop, okay? I love it. I love seeing that. When it's Monday and you realize out of all the trillions of planets in the galaxy, you ended up on the one that requires working. Hey, think about it this way. I believe there was a rumor going around. I mean, I say rumor because I don't take random Twitter accounts seriously, but they thought that we might be in a vacuum. Like, of course, space is a vacuum. I'm talking like a big bubble of nothing for billions of miles. The Earth might actually just be in a cosmic hell, a cage of nothing, and that might be why we never hear or see anything. It's kind of what we deserve, isn't it? Makes perfect sense now. I always wondered why Mr. Krabs has a vending machine in his house in the first place, but then it dawned on me. Of course, the only food he'd have for guests would cost them money. This is Mr. Krabs we're talking about. I mean, no, that makes sense. Krabs is a selfish douchebag, so of course he would have this whole setup. Yeah, I thought it would have been way more obvious knowing his character of being a selfish asshole. That's really it. I know Krabs has probably had a few moments of being good, I guess, throughout the series. I don't know, I have not watched the whole thing. I've seen like 5 episodes, okay? But to me, it was always obvious that Krabs was and always will be a giant asshole. And that's his character, right? But in an endearing way. He's a funny asshole who usually gets a comeuppance every now and then, right? She kinda mid, not gonna lie. Oh, I see how okay, yeah. I was confused about who was talking about. Yeah, no, I got it. I do find it insane, the confidence that someone will have to call someone mid or ugly. Someone said Anne Hathaway was mid online recently. I hope you know that there's not a man on earth that is good looking enough to say that. Not a single one. You might be thinking of a couple in here. No, there aren't. Not even David Corenswet can say that, okay? Not that he would because he seems like a sweetheart. Same thing with Pedro Pascal. He's close to being good looking enough to say that, but he wouldn't because he's not evil and he's also not quite there, okay? The Millennium Immune Booster. The makers of Flintstones vitamins combining Kool-Aid powder, chalk, and aquarium gravel to create the most profound supplement on the planet. And it's so tasty. Give me more! Man, we're gonna start seeing Flintstones vitamin-flavored stuff at some point in the future, aren't we? When it's Monday on this subreddit, SpongeBob, where's my... I'm not doing him, I'm sorry. SpongeBob, where's my order? Did you look under the meme? Oh no, I didn't. Sorry. Rise and shine, sailors. It be Monday. Hooray. It took me almost 2 decades to figure out what these kids were up to. Ah, she's gotta have boobs, baby. Government response when we have a record number of school shootings in a single year. Government response when one CEO dies. Don't you love it? Place is evil incarnate, isn't it? 9-year-old me rolling up to school with my event wristband still on just so I could prove I did something cool the other day. For me, it was that I was too lazy to go and find a pair of scissors, and taking those things off without scissors is virtually impossible. Go ahead, try it. POV of me as an 8-year-old receiving the best gift of my life. I only ever got one Bionicle, and it was cool as hell, but that quickly faded. I don't know. I never really got into Bionicle. Going to bed during bad weather as a kid, as an adult. Why a pencil there? Why is there a pencil? What did you do? I don't go to bed with a pencil. SpongeBob be funny as hell, and then there's scenes like this. Well, now you've got water wings. Try them. Oh, I guess they are underwater, so it makes sense that she'd be able to fly away with water wings, right? She's gonna float to the surface and die. Mom, she's everywhere. The most unfaithful fish in Bikini Bottom. Is she unfaithful or just going on multiple dates? How long are each of these images apart? Like, why do we jump straight to, oh yeah, she a hoe, when it could just be, I don't know, she's dating people, it doesn't work out, they broke up, she's dating new person. Huh? You know, if it was the other way around, we wouldn't be saying the most unfaithful fish. My sister appears to be having some sort of Squidward-related midlife crisis. Okay, but that's f***ing awesome though. I'm not kidding. Does she sell these? Because I want to buy that bottom left one today and hang it up in our house. Yes, please. I mean, this one's even cool. They're all so good. They're weird, they're a little creepy, but they're awesome. Oh my god, there's so much more. Holy shit, she is so good at this. Unironically, does she have an Etsy page? Oh my god, this is more than a crisis. This is insane. I think your sister might be the coolest person around today. I like when they draw him like this, because he's just a little f***ing guy, dude. We gotta remember, no matter how old SpongeBob actually is, probably like 56 at this point, he's always gonna be a cheeky little dude. My face after realizing the Coca-Cola Christmas ad was all AI generated and this is the unfortunate future. After realizing it was all AI generated, it was proudly exclusively AI generated. There was no realization moment. The whole thing looked like stupid doo-doo shit, straight from an ass, okay? From the second you saw the first frame, you should have known it was AI and stopped watching. That crap is embarrassing. Me making $10 an hour in 2017, me making $21 an hour in 2024, it's not getting better. Me and my siblings deciding if we should greet the house guests or starve to death. I'll starve, thank you. I don't know you. I'm not required to say hello to you. I'm gonna stay in my cave. How I imagine depressed people as a kid. Actual depressed people. Yeah, we're all dealing with it, man. We all wear it differently for sure, but you know, doesn't mean I'm always freaking the hell out at all moments visibly. You gotta push that shit down. You gotta compress it, my man. I'm kidding. Please don't. If you are feeling horribly depressed, there are resources for you that still exist, at least for now. So talk to somebody. It does help. Trust me. When you type, oh no, he's dead, but I thought the skull was, you know, also for laughing. I don't know, man. I still use emoticons. Coworker brought in vegan lasagna today, and I'm already ready to knock that shit over. 2 vegan lasagnas. I mean, I know that lasagnas have meat, but I figured like a vegetarian or vegan version would be, maybe a vegetarian version would be pretty easy to do, right? Never mind, I don't know. Boomers when the employee trying to help them has tattoos, piercings, and or boldly colored hair. Sorry, I don't speak center. No, I don't speak customer service either, bitch. Get the fuck out. Biden set to announce support for major Supreme Court changes. Wow, this is old. Plans include proposals for legislation to establish term limits for the justices and an enforceable ethics code. It's what we wanted all along. Can you guess what happened, though? That's right, nothing. United States residents who need to scroll way down to the list of countries, or the list, not to the list. Citizens of Afghanistan who can select their country from the top of the list. Can the kids play with your PS5? I don't have one, but go for it. Me watching the Disneyland fireworks show pollute the sky multiple nights a week while the DMV denies my car for a smog check? Well, you're not Disney. You don't own most of entertainment, so why should you get special treatment, douche? Right?